Okay, good evening, everyone. We're going to give people just a few minutes to hop on and come in from the waiting room. Just another minute. If you're here for Parent University, you're in the right place. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight for October's Parent University with Douglas County School District. My name is Amy Pfister. I'm the Community Relations Coordinator here at DCSD, and we're really excited to talk tonight about career and technical education pathways available to Douglas County School District students. Thank you to our Parent University sponsor, HCA Health One at Sky Ridge, formerly Sky Ridge Medical Center. Just a couple of housekeeping items I want to go over quickly before we get started and kick it off. If you have a question that's relevant to tonight's topic on career and technical education pathways in DCSD, please utilize the Q&A box versus the chat. Sometimes questions can get lost a little bit in the chat, and we really want to make sure that we dedicate some time at the end for Q&A. So please use the Q&A box. Additionally, we are recording tonight's Parent University, and we will have that shared out on our Parent University page on the DCSD website later on this week. So again, please put your questions in the Q&A. And if you're not able to join us live tonight, this will be this is being recorded, and we'll have it on the DCSD Parent University page. All right, joining us tonight, we have a full house over at the Legacy Campus, which was exciting. They're all together in a shared space. We've got Dr. Rex Kaur, who's the director of the Legacy Campus. We've got Kelly Purcell, who is a counselor at the Legacy Campus. And then we have Dan McMenemy, who is the executive director of Schools for Pathways, Choice, and Alternative Education. So they're all over at Legacy tonight, joining us live. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the baton over to Dr. Rex Kaur, who will get us started.
Fantastic. Good evening, Amy. Good evening to all who could join us this evening. I'm going to go ahead and put my presentation up, and then we'll move from there. Let's see here if I've got that up right. And all right. Fantastic. Amy, can you see my presentation? Are we up and rolling?
Let me see. I am not seeing your presentation.
Try that one more time. It's telling me that my screen share is loading. So we're just going to give this a second and see if that pops up for everyone to see.
Okay, we got a message that they can see the presentation, so we're good.
Fantastic. Well, good. All right. So as Amy said, Rex Kaur, Director, Legacy Campus. This is my 17th year in Douglas County School District, and so a longtime member of DCSD, and really happy to share with you Legacy Campus, and this has been a journey of the last few years. We actually opened to students just over a year ago in August of 2023. Legacy Campus in essence is a new central offering of career and technical education pathway programs that are available to juniors and seniors across Douglas County School District. I want to say right from the outset that we have a tremendously strong history of career and tech ed programs in our high schools and throughout Douglas County, and have maintained those programs at the high schools. And so this is really an extension of some of the great work and history that has been accomplished by our neighborhood schools in the different CTE work that we've accomplished. Legacy was designed to complement and expand the existing programs. And so what that means in essence is where we had programs, and we'll list all of our programs here, but where we had programs that were limited by capacity and the number of seats available to students, we were able to bring about some additional programs in those categories at Legacy Campus. But really, by and large, we were able to offer new programs that had not previously existed and give students even more opportunity in career and technical education. So as I said, we opened our doors in August of last year, and our mission, you can read there on the screen, is to cultivate career and technical education environment where post-secondary and industry partnerships provide relevant learning opportunities for high school students and the Douglas County community in order to ensure competitive advantage for our students and workforce readiness. And those two elements, the post-secondary partnerships that we have, and we're connected with 3 post-secondary institutions. Students across our 9 pathways are earning college credit in every one of our pathways, and they are also earning industry certificates across the board so that they have what I like to refer to as currency that spends outside of K-12 education, whether they make the choice to go on into a full university degree, whether they choose to go into additional vocational training directly into workforce or military or other options. They're walking away with college credit. They're walking away with industry certificates that really help them along that journey. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I want to share a video of a day in the life of a Legacy student, and this is just about a 3-minute video that hearing from me is nice, but hearing from students is essential. And so we have some student voices about their experience here. These are some of the students that had joined us in year 1 last year. We served about 400 students in our first year. We're serving just under 600 students here in year 2, and so we'll continue to grow. But let me play the video, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. Good morning, guys. Welcome back.
I'm Ella. I come from Chaparral High School. I'm a junior, and I'm part of the Future Education course.
It's Wednesday morning, and here we are out in front of Legacy Campus.
It's like 8 o'clock, and I'm going to my first class, which is lifespan development.
How's it going over here, guys?
It is a central offering of career and technical education courses through 9 different pathways.
Architecture and engineering, building controls technology, advanced robotics,
In culinary and hospitality.
EMT fundamentals,
I'm in the aviation class.
secure network technologies class.
The Future Educator pathway. I am in the CNA class at Legacy.
Where are those opportunities that will have the greatest industry demand? And that's where our 9 pathways were selected.
Accelerated.
Our students stay enrolled in their home high schools. They come to us for a portion of their week each week.
I come up to Legacy every Monday and Wednesday, and then we have a remote session on Friday.
As soon as this class is done, I'll go back to Vista for the rest of my classes for the day.
They're really excited about the opportunity to come from all of these different home high school environments and engage in this programming together.
It's just a great community, just like I would have at my home school.
So everybody kind of seems like their ideas align, and everybody kind of just wants to do the same thing.
Students carry themselves differently when they come into this big, beautiful house.
It does feel like a college.
You're shorting yourself 6 ounces of product. Does that make sense?
Half of our staff are veteran teachers, and then half of our instructors come from industry.
We're learning baseline electrical engineering.
We learn everything from basic resuscitation, human anatomy.
We've built walls and we're building circuits currently, like in our lab. Here you go. At the beginning, I thought that it would be like a lot of lecture, but it's not. It's so hands-on.
It's just a really cool opportunity to be able to do this.
All 9 of our pathways have college credits available to the students involved.
For this, it's like free, get my certification, and then while other people are paying for their college debt, I'm having a job with no debt at all.
So they are paying no tuition in our concurrent enrollment courses. In our dual enrollment courses, they are paying tuition at a really well-negotiated rate.
I did not expect this in high school at all. No, I was expecting to have to wait till after high school and do a program afterwards.
It's just a super cool opportunity for everybody involved.
The future of Legacy Campus is impacted. This is a 20,000 square foot location where we will build out, renovate, and house our trades program. It will be bond dependent. And so when we next pass a bond in Douglas County, we will bring about trades programming that will broaden the scope of the students that we're attracting here to Legacy Campus and provide even further opportunities for career and technical education and concurrent enrollment.
Legacy Campus is really nice because I'm getting to experiment with what my future career could be, and I really like it.
I just feel like I'm getting the best out of my education here.
All right. And so I'll pop back over to our presentation here. I think the video illustrates who we are very well. Some of our highlights from year 1, and we've just wrapped up the creation of our annual report, just sort of a list of our celebrations and learnings from year 1, but we did serve 400 students in 9 pathways. We've increased that to just under 600, and we are now representing 16 home high schools across the county. So we really have students coming to us from across 855 square miles of Douglas County School District, and that's been fantastic. We'll talk a little bit about the schedule and how much time they're here in just a few slides. We awarded almost 700 high school credits and nearly 3,400 college credits in year 1. Our students earned collectively for their coursework on campus a 3.51 cumulative grade point average and had a 96% attendance rate. And just for the Legacy Campus families alone, we saved our families over $1 million in tuition expenses through concurrent enrollment and dual enrollment programs. And we can talk a little bit more about what that is, but as a district, and I don't want to steal any of Dan's thunder, but we saved our families over $10 million as a district in concurrent enrollment opportunity. And so I think it's just fantastic. As a Douglas County School District dad, I'm excited about that. We awarded several certificates there. You see 39 CNAs and 28 EMTs, and 11 out of our 12 future ed students are now majoring in an education-related field. Those who were seniors last year have moved on, and you see a number of those certificates honored, but just a lot of celebration points as we moved through the year, and look forward to sharing similar numbers and even greater numbers as we move forward. So here are in the 9 pathways, and it talked a little bit about it in the video. There we are. I mentioned 3 post-secondary partnerships, and so we work very closely with Arapahoe Community College. In fact, Arapahoe Community College now resides at Legacy as a satellite campus to their main Littleton campus. And so in many of the same programs that we offer during the day from 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. ACC comes on board in the afternoon and evenings and offers those those same courses to community college students. So our advanced robotics program is through Arapahoe Community College. Architecture, we have an aviation pilot program that we offer through Metro State University. Building controls technology, which is all of the building automation systems. We're into security systems and motors and controls and industrial wiring and all of these other courses that lead into a building controls career is through Arapahoe Community College. Certified nurse aide. Our culinary and hospitality management program is through Metropolitan State University. We mentioned EMT through ACC. Our future educators, actually, those credits are earned through the University of Colorado, Denver. And in a 2-year continuum, our future ed students can earn up to 24 hours of college credit if they choose to take the full continuum of coursework. And then secure network technologies is also offered through ACC. So, I'm going to have Mrs. Purcell speak a little bit about the Legacy Campus Bell schedule and how that works with our high school, our home high schools, our neighborhood high schools across Douglas County.
So we are very fortunate that we have a coordinated bell schedule among the district. So we're able to schedule students with their home high school, most cases very easily. If students attend with us, they will be here on Mondays and Wednesdays. If they're in the AM cohort, which is periods 1 and 2. If they're in the PM cohort, they would be in periods 3, 4. Or they could be on the Tuesday, Thursday schedule, which is periods 6, 7, which is also in a PM cohort. Fridays are asynchronous, so a lot of the work will be done with their instructor online. But if there are any conflicts with their home high school, we work very closely with the counselors to ensure that we remedy those conflicts and allow for some travel time if needed. A lot of students will take an off period after their class or before their class to give them some travel time to get to and from Legacy. We do provide transportation if that is needed. And yeah, it's a great coordinated bell schedule and it works well for the majority of our students.
So we have no full-time enrollments here at Legacy. The Falcons stay Falcons and the Wolverines stay Wolverines and the Sabercats stay Sabercats. They come to us for what is in essence 3 hours a day, twice a week, and then complete some asynchronous work, primarily through Canvas, our learning management system, on Friday. And then the remainder of their courses are taken at their home high school so that they stay on track for graduation. Our coursework is either treated as practical arts credit or elective credit, and that's why we serve juniors and seniors, because they have the time available in their schedule to best take advantage of those opportunities. So there's the eligibility piece of that is we are open to 11th and 12th grade students. And in the case of both our CNA program and our EMT program, those are senior only pathways because of an age requirement for clinical placements, either to do time in ambulance ride-alongs or at local hospitals or other clinical placements for CNA. So many of our partners require that the age of 18 to do those clinical placements, that these are senior only, but the other 7 pathways are open to juniors and seniors. And so CNA and EMT CNA is a 1 semester total pathway. It's 6 credits through ACC and they sit for their state board exam. EMT is a 1-year pathway, and then all of the remaining pathways have 2 years of opportunities that students can take advantage of. Our students come to us, like I said, from all of the neighborhood and alternative high school campuses, as well as Cloverleaf Homeschool. Students who attend private schools or charter schools or are outside of DCSD may also apply for enrollment at Legacy Campus. And we have a purchase service agreement available. But for those, all of the other students, neighborhood high schools, the alternative high schools, there is not a charge to be enrolled at Legacy. Our fees, for our concurrent enrollment courses, so anything through Arapahoe Community College, there is no tuition cost at all. For our dual enrollment programs, so for Metro State University and the University of Colorado, Denver, we have negotiated a really fantastic rate per credit for those courses. With Metro State University, our students pay $60 per credit for tuition, and for the University of Colorado Denver, $74 per credit. But if you compare that to list rate, we're really still providing our students a fantastic low-cost option to earn these college credits. There are some incidental fees for textbooks and materials and things along those lines that students do incur, which is the same as the home high school campuses, but we do have financial assistance available for those students who need it. As Kelly mentioned, we offer transportation to and from our neighborhood high schools. So from all 9 neighborhood high schools, we have 12-passenger shuttle vans that run multiple routes a day. So they pick up in the morning at the neighborhood schools, bring students over and take them back at midday, or vice versa. They're picking up at midday and bringing those students back to their neighborhood high schools before the buses depart their home high schools in the afternoon. I will mention that a few of our pathways have a dress code, a specific uniform that students wear as a part of their pathway. Our CNAs are in scrubs. Our EMTs are dressed in their full EMT uniform. Our culinary students are in their full chef's togs. What we're trying to do is create that professional environment for those students to learn in, and those uniforms are relevant to that learning experience for those students. And so that's a regular occurrence here. Cover food here quickly. We do not have a typical cafeteria or nutrition services here. We do have enough time built into our schedules that students could pick up a lunch at their home high school if they chose to do so. We do have, as an extension of our culinary program, the Legacy Marketplace, which is open to students and the public Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. that we extended those hours slightly this year. And so that program, the marketplace serves food that has been prepared by our culinary students, and it is operated by one of our bridge programs here in Douglas County, which are our 18 to 21-year-old students with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and they're learning the job skills that in a restaurant environment, to include point of sale and food preparation and a number of other things. And so it's a really wonderful opportunity, and so would certainly welcome any of those watching to stop by and visit the Legacy Marketplace sometime Monday through Thursday. I'll turn this back over to Kelly for a discussion of the student services that we provide.
So at Legacy Campus, we do provide all educational services, IEP, 504, ELD, GT, that students have at their primary high school, including special education, counseling, academic learning plans. We do have some specialists here. We've got Patrick Campbell, who is our special education facilitator. We have Dr. Ryan McClintock. He is our gifted and talented education facilitator. We have Katie O'Sullivan, who is our English language development facilitator. And then Aaron Williams is one of the counselors as well. And then I'm one of the counselors. So there's 2 counselors here.
So all of this contact information, and I know Amy's going to make the presentation available, but I will tell you that probably the greatest source of information, if you're looking for further information about Legacy Campus or any of the contact information we've shared in the presentation, that's available through our website, www.legacycampus.org. And so I really welcome you to come on board and take a look around. We've got all of our learning progressions and things along those lines available at that site. So Kelly, if you'll continue and talk a little bit about registering for coursework at Legacy, what that application process looks like.
Absolutely. So there are a couple parts and pieces to this registration. The first is students will meet with their home high school, with their counselors. They're going to do their regular school registration. They're going to request the courses if they want to attend any CTE program outside of their building. They're going to request those into their Infinite Campus. Now, to come to Legacy Campus, students also do need to do an application. That application will open in January, and it will be on our website on legacycampus.org. There is a counselor recommendation form that needs to be completed. So the student definitely needs to have a conversation with their home high school counselor, letting them know that they're interested in this program, why they're interested, so that that counselor can speak to their interest level. It's for incoming rising 11th and 12th grade students. So as Dr. Cord mentioned, CNA and EMT are for 12th grade only, and that is due to the age requirement for the clinicals. Spots are not guaranteed. Some pathways will have a wait list. So we encourage students to really take a lot of time on that application. That application is read by our pathway developers. Every word is read, and so those applications are very, very important. Once the student is accepted, the counselor will place the courses into the student's schedule, and then there will be a mandatory orientation night, usually in about April, in late spring. And then classes begin at the same time. The other classes begin at the beginning of the start of the school year in August. And then we will also have an orientation, we're going to have a registration information session in December, just so students can have some more information on this process.
So Kelly, I'll have you go through this. This is an example, and this is specifically our future educator continuum of courses. And so there are a lot of acronyms and numbers here, but it really shows the courses that are available in this pathway specifically, and this information is on our website for all of our pathways. But do you want to kind of decode this document just a little bit?
Absolutely. So we do have a course description guide that's going to be available on the website. There's one currently posted for this year. There will be another one updated once we come out with the 25-26 school year. Wow, that sounds strange. We will be posting the updated information. But to kind of look at this, if you look at each circle, that is each individual class. And so, for example, this is our future educator pathway. So for year one, students would take that children's literature and then the language, power, and identity course. Most students take both courses. If it's in a great big bubble, like the next one in the spring semester, that means that they are linked, that they have to take both of those classes. So, for example, in the spring semester for future educator, they need to take that early education field experience in addition to that lifespan development course. That is a double blocked class. So they need to be in periods 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7. But year one, the first semester, they can split it, but generally most students do take both of the classes together. And then if you look at the year two, it's kind of the same thing. There's different bubbles and tells you which courses can be paired up. So this just gives you an idea, but all of our pathways do have a flow chart like this. And then there's on the other side of the page is a course description of each course, any prerequisites that are required, how much college credit you will receive, what university we're working with for that college credit, and also what kind of high school credit that we'll receive.
Fantastic. So again, for these pages exist by pathway on our website. They also our course guide exists digitally through our website as well, and that would include all of the course descriptions. Really, the course descriptions are pre-populated through our post-secondary partners and made available through them, and we are meeting the same student learning outcomes as the students would encounter on their university or college campus through our partnerships with our post-secondary partners. All of that is pre-populated for us, and then we have brought on some outstanding staff members, some longtime educators, others directly from industry with fantastic relevant background and experience as our instructional team, and they are providing the learning in the classroom. So one half of my brain is comprised by Katie Windsor, our assistant director here at Legacy Campus. And so there is our contact information, again, available through our website as well. But I wanted to make sure that we put this information readily available. And so please don't hesitate to shoot us an email or pick up the phone, give us a call, and we will answer any questions you may have. I did want to take just a few moments, and we're in the process of dreaming big dreams for the future of Legacy Campus. We, in essence, came into an incredible donation of a building here that had been the Wildlife Experience Museum at Lincoln and Peoria, and it's a 180,000 square foot facility. We still have space in this building that we could realize additional programming and scope in the future, and that those spaces already exist in the building. And so as I stated in the video, when next we pass a bond, and so this statement is the 2024 bond would be an investment in school safety and security updates, but it also would address career and technical education opportunities for students at schools throughout the district, to include Legacy Campus. And so I just wanted to give a glimpse of what could come about. Our Legacy Campus improvements, should a 2024 bond pass, would include all of these mechanical advancements, changeover systems and hot water service and a new parking lot. But I really wanted to provide a little longer look at the phase 2 opportunities and renderings. And what we are focused on really is 6 additional pathways here at Legacy, and really breaking into skilled trades programming for students throughout the district. And so this is an image, and I'll credit Hollis and Miller Architects out of Castle Rock for providing some renderings, so our audience could kind of wrap their mind around what those advancements and opportunities would look like. But this would be the south facade of our building. Those 6 trades programming, 6 trades programs, 4 of them are really tied to the construction trades. And so what you see here is a rendering of a construction trades lab. And what you see in the background to the right and through all of the windows is really an electrical lab specifically, because sawdust and electrical don't play well together in every instance. And so electrical would be one of those trades, and really training future electricians. You see here in the foreground, carpentry would be a huge piece, but the addition of plumbing and HVAC would come along. And so those 4 areas would encompass our total construction trades programming, and really looking throughout the Front Range. The Home Builders Institute provides a curriculum that many school districts are working with, that provide a well-rounded construction trades education that we would look to adopt. Here you have an image of an electric vehicle, or EV, and hybrid maintenance and repair facility. We've got a couple of outstanding auto programs here in Douglas County School District that have been here a long, long time. One at Douglas County High School and the other at Ponderosa High School. But the auto industry is changing, and what we wanted to offer as an expansion of some tremendous history in auto mechanic training would be specifically in this EV and hybrid maintenance and repair category. And so looking at some potential industry partners, looking at some potential educational partners right now as this industry is shifting very quickly, and some of the know-how that is required is shifting with it. This is more of a collaboration and open space between some of the programs. And advanced manufacturing is that 6th pathway that we would look to add. we sit in a wonderful location that is so close to the Denver Tech Center, and a number of opportunities to connect with apprenticeship and internship opportunities for students. And the area that I hear most from industry about is advanced manufacturing, both in the additive and subtractive manufacturing fields. And in this area, when you look at local industry partners like Lockheed Martin, United Launch Alliance, and others, I think that aerospace is one of the huge points of entry with regard to advanced manufacturing. But advanced manufacturing really spans across a lot of opportunities in industry. And so a full advanced manufacturing program and facility would be a part of that addition as well. All right, so here is some great information. We've got our website there again, legacycampus.org, and then we've got QR codes. There are 3 of them on your screen. If you'd like to sign up, we offer tours, and we actually divide that out between community tours and prospective student tours. And so that QR code will take you to a tour sign up, and you could come and wander around the space with either Katie or I, or Kelly and Aaron as our counseling team also offer a number of those tours. And we would love to show you our campus and some of the learning environments we've created. We publish a monthly digital newsletter. And so if you'd like to sign up to receive our newsletter, that's the middle QR code. And then our course guide, if you'd like to dig right into that and look at the courses we're offering across our 9 pathways, that's available to you. So Amy, at this point, I'll ask the question of you. I want Dan to have the opportunity to cover more of the broad strokes for CTE across the district. Should we wait on questions until Dan has an opportunity to present some of his information, and then open that up to questions that may be in the room?
Yeah. We, I mean, we have a question specifically for Legacy, actually, if you wouldn't mind just answering that real quick. But what is the fee regarding the service agreement for a charter school student?
Perfect. Actually, Dan, I'm going to turn it over. It is a percentage of PPR, but I'll let Dan get into the detail on that piece. So I will turn this over to Dan McMenemy, the Executive Director for CTE Choice and other programs.
Thank you, Rex. Really appreciate the information. Great question. Basically, what we do is ask for a quarter of the per pupil revenue that's allocated to the school district or the charter school. It roughly is, I think it's roughly $2,500. But in general, most of our charter schools or the school district puts that bill as a portion, as they see it, as that student is leaving their school district to access programs somewhere else. So whoever asked the question, you can email me directly, and I can be a lot more specific with you because it changes from year to year. But that's the answer to that question. I'm going to give you a moment here if you want to top off your water, if you want to write another question based on what you've just heard, and then we'll transition into the broader scope of what we wanted to talk about tonight with you. But really appreciate you being here. So we'll take a minute.
Perfect. Thanks, Dan.
Light shining right over there. That's all right. I'm okay. Now it has 2 on either side of me. Right. All right. Well, welcome back. My name is Dan McMenemy. I'm the Executive Director of Pathways, Choice, and Alternative Education for Douglas County. Previously, I opened up Rock Canyon High School in 2003. I was a director of schools for Ponderosa High School first, and then the Parker region. I was assistant superintendent for a number of years in Douglas County. And then I left the district and pursued some other opportunities that I had. And then I was wooed back to the district to become my current role about 3 years ago. So I can tell you I've been doing education for 38 years, started out as a teacher and a coach, assistant principal, athletic director, building principal. And the work that we've done together in the last 3 years has been among the most impactful and exciting work that I've ever been engaged with. And so I'm really excited about not only the work here at Legacy, but the opportunity to work with each one of our 9 comprehensive high schools in delivering great opportunities for students to further what their needs and wants are. And so I've been involved again for quite a number of years here. I just wanted to share some data with you around how these programs have exploded over the past few years. You can see that in addition to the programming that we have here at Legacy, in our regular high schools and career tech ed programming, we have 76 identified programs. And I'll tell you what an identified program means. But we have 76 programs. That's up from 52 2 years ago. And I can tell you that is up from probably 35 or 40 as early as 6 years ago. In concurrent enrollment, to which Rex alluded, we've gone from 150 classes that we've offered 2 years ago to 214 currently. Tuition dollars saved has been astronomical. And really what this represents is the opportunity for families to engage in college education in some of those baseline classes that we all had to take when we went to college, the English, the math, the science, and also in the courses that Rex outlined for free. And there is a small cost if you're going to like a Metro State or a UCD, but in general, most of our programs are aligned with community colleges that are guaranteed transfer within the state of Colorado, and they're within a pathway that's recognized by that college that will get a student that much closer to an AA degree. And then we have a new piece that we're going to talk a little bit more about tonight called Ascent and TREP. And those are programs for a 5th-year opportunity for students in which the school district pays the tuition costs for a student to engage in their first year of college. You can see in 22-23, we had a handful of students. That number should be 3 to 5. That was what we were allocated by the state. In 23-24, the state said, you know, this is a really good idea. We're going to go ahead and loosen that cap and let school districts have as many students as they want to get into those programs, be involved in Ascent and TREP, the 5th-year program. We had 56 last year, and currently we have 156 students. So those are students that are actually attending their college of choice within the state of Colorado and are having their tuition taken care of for them by the school district. So why is there this increase in numbers? Kelly alluded to this. You know, we have a coordinated high school schedule, and this was a pretty big lift for our high school principals to get there. But we worked through the process and we got to the place where everybody agreed first period is generally first period across the district. That's made a huge difference for our students being able to access programming at other high schools, you know, like in the case of the cosmetology program at Highlands Ranch High School, or the auto tech program at Ponderosa, or the engineering program at Mountain Vista. Students are able to move from high school to high school and access courses that there's no way financially we could have provided all of that programming at every single high school in our district. Obviously, we opened the Legacy campus, that increased numbers. Rex talked about the transportation piece. I think we've done a lot better job as a district and as a team of communicating what opportunities exist for students outside of their home high school. And thus our schools have done a better job of communicating between each other. One of the things we've been really working hard on is it's no longer college or career. We see it as college and career. We know from all the information that we've gathered that students' educational journey does not end with the high school diploma. That does not make them competitive in today's workplace. They're going to need some level of college moving on to get into some kind of program. And so we really feel like the work that we're doing is really taking them into their future as opposed to forcing them into one track. You know, we talk a little bit about win-win to the school system and community. You've heard about the tuition savings and the stackable programming that we're providing at our schools and at the Legacy campus for students, really getting them that leg up in what they want to do. We've worked really hard in the past couple of years to identify ourselves as a school district and not a district of schools. And what that means to me is we're working together to further education in Douglas County schools and not competing against each other for students and for programming, but really seeing it as we're a holistic organism that's trying to serve students. And then we've worked very hard to try to offer additional options for students. These are driven off of workplace information that we're gathering about what the jobs of the future are. They're based on student interests and needs. It's based on the course requests that we get. We make real-time adjustments to the number of sections that we offer across our district in programming to make sure that we have or try to have what students need in our system. So Rex talked a little bit about future DCSD plans here at the Legacy campus, and I wanted to expand that to share with you what the possibilities are moving forward. We're looking at adding an additional auto tech program to complement Ponderosa and Douglas County at Highlands Ranch High School. We're looking at an additional cosmetology program at Douglas County High School. These are two high demand programs that we have that traditionally, as long as I've been involved at Douglas County, we have always had more kids than we've had seats. And so we feel really comfortable that if we put these programs out there, we're going to fill them easily. We're looking at a behavioral health program at probably Thunder Ridge High School is where we last left it off, talking about an aerospace pathway with ACC and CSU, possibly tied to the Sturm campus down in Castle View or Castle Rock. We're exploring a water quality analyst program with our partners at Parker Water and Sanitation and seeing if we can get a program put together for them. It looks like a really exciting program. We have a school district next to us that has the program that has no problem finding high quality jobs for students once they leave the system. We're working very hard on accessibility for all students. You know that the whole discussion about transportation to the Legacy campus, forever that has been a barrier in our district, trying to get students to be able to go from school to school. First, it was the schedule, and now it's about transportation. And so we're constantly looking for ways to make sure that any student that's interested in going to another program has a vehicle or an opportunity to make that happen. It is a big challenge with the busing, and those of you that are elementary or middle school parents, you know that we've had to make some choices about busing and transportation in our district because we just don't have drivers. And so we're gonna have to balance it with that, but that is something we're working on. We're working hard at creating greater access and visibility and ease of selection of these courses through Infinite Campus, the system that your students use to register for classes. And so we made a huge step last year in integrating it within Infinite Campus, and we're looking to make an even bigger step this year in making it a little bit wider open. So if you're the parent of an 8th grader on, you can expect in December, January to have an opportunity to sit down with your student and really have visibility about what is open, not only at the high school within your feeder area, but at other high schools across the district, along with course guides and information about those programming. And then Rex talked about the expansion of programs here at Legacy. Those have been longstanding programs that we have not been able to offer in our big system. And so we're really excited if these things could happen for us. So I wanted to back up and give you a little bit of an anatomy of a CTE program so you understand that these are not just classes that people are, wow, I think that'd be really cool to teach that. These are actually programs that are aligned through the Colorado Community College System, CCCS, and they have to be state approved to be awarded this notion of being a CTE program. There are 4 things that have to be in place for these programs to happen. And there's also 2 places, if you're an employer or work within Douglas County and you want to engage with our students at your workplace, that we would love to have you be a partner with us. First of all, there has to be a program of study. So every one of those 76 programs that we have has a clear progression of learning that leads to high skill, high wage, and in-demand careers aligned with post-secondary pathways. So we require that there are opportunities for students to gain college credit, to gain certificates, to gain knowledge that would actually put them in a place where they can be competitive in the job market walking out of that course. We are married to making sure that that happens. There's a notion of an advisory committee, and those are industry experts that help drive the program. And so what it looks like is there's a group of industry experts that sit down with our teacher every year, and they talk about what are the things that you're seeing in the workplace that we should be transferring into knowledge that students need coming out of the classroom. It really helps us to maintain a rigorous, responsive, and relevant program for industry. That's one place that your workplace could be involved with. If you had people that wanted to be engaged with the CNA program or auto tech program or virtually any program, I can find a place to plug your business in. There has to be a career and tech student organization. Think of this as an opportunity for students to develop leadership skills and application of skills in real world scenarios specific to that pathway. So back when we were in high school, there were things like DECA and TSA. Those organizations still exist, but really those places are places where students get to exhibit leadership and making the career choice of theirs become alive for them. And then finally, there's this notion of workplace learning. It's another place where your business or organization could be involved. We want to have students out in the real world learning about work through actually doing it rather than sitting in a classroom and talking about it. So students explore careers firsthand and make informed decisions about their future. You know, one of the things that we talk a lot about is once a student has had these experiences, it's really powerful, even if a student says, you know what, I thought I wanted to be a doctor, but when I went into that room and saw blood, I decided I didn't want to do that. That's really nice when it's free. That's way better than getting to the end of college and then going to that experience and saying, I wish I didn't do this. And so those work-based learning pieces are critical to the mission of what we try to do. So again, two places where your business could be involved is advisory committees or work-based learning. Would love to talk about opportunities within Douglas County. Again, every one of our programs in our district, those 76 places have each one of these pieces. They also have a specialty credentialed teacher with industry experience, which is a little different than in the open classroom that we have. And so it's a person that actually knows what the industry is asking for and may have even done the work. They're now one of our teachers. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is Ascent. And Ascent is a relatively new program that has been around for a while. It was established by CRS 2235-108. It was a House bill a couple of years back. And the notion is giving kids an opportunity to have that first year of college paid for, leveraging the work that they do in a high school. And so it provides an incentive for students to do concurrent enrollment classes while they're in high school and gives them an opportunity to get the first year tuition free at a college in Colorado. We currently have, I think it's 17 partners of various community colleges, schools like Fort Lewis, Mesa. We're working on others. We have one, let's see, we're working on CSU, we're working on CU. And so there's a ton of people, MSU, there's a ton of people that are interested in working with us because it provides a pipeline for them around students. Allows qualifying students to attend college tuition free for 1 year, that first year after high school, and the student has to be full-time at the college. Here are some eligibility requirements set by the state. And we have a full-time person, Evelyn Peterson, who is our Ascent specialist, and I'll have her contact information at the end of this presentation. But she is directly involved in making sure that students meet these requirements. And then she's also a pathfinder for them once they move to college for the first year and really has done the homework to figure out what students need and how they can be successful at that first year of college. So they have to be met all graduation requirements. They can't be in need of any developmental courses. They need to have earned 9 post-secondary credits in high school. So if you know anything about our high schools, we have a ton of options for concurrent or dual enrollment classes, both here at the Legacy campus and in each one of our high schools, we have a number of courses. Or the other way to do it is to take AP courses and get a score of 3+ taken prior to the spring of senior year. So if you have a student in an AP class right now as a junior, if they take that test at the end of this year and they score a 3, then they would be eligible for Ascent. They have to agree to their diploma being withheld and remaining a Douglas County student until the end of the Ascent year. So they graduate, but we hold their diploma. That's a state requirement, and that allows us to collect the PPR for them and then pay the tuition on their behalf. Complete FAFSA, and then not be a student athlete at college during the Ascent year. Those are the eligibility requirements. If you have a student that is a junior right now that is thinking that they might want to partake in this, or even a sophomore, you might start considering those concurrent enrollment classes or AP courses that would help get them to the requirement. The rest of the pieces we can help them pick up. There's an application process for Ascent that opens in March and concludes in May. They have to work with their counselor at their home high school to determine eligibility and access to application. And then they work with the ascent specialist to take care of the rest of the things that need to do. Like I said, very popular program. 156 students are partaking in this right now. And that is representing a lot of opportunity for our students in Douglas County. So a couple places to go get more information. If you go to the Douglas County School District website, in the top left, right by the logo, there's a piece that's called Our District. You can go to our departments and scroll down the left side to post-secondary readiness. There's a ton of information about programming in our school district at that portion of our website. So that's one place that you can get information. We're in the process of creating this document again for this year. We've done it the last 2 years, and really it's a brochure about all the opportunities in our district, both broadly. So for instance, all of the AP courses offered and where across our district, and also specifically. So it goes down and drills down into each one of our high schools and says, what concurrent enrollment opportunities do they provide? What career and tech ed opportunities they provide? So you can access this at that post-secondary website. It will be updated probably by December 1st, but it lives there right now for the current year, the booklet that we created. We also have AP and IB programming that is very, very popular with our students that you might be interested in that as well. And finally, here is all of the contact players of the career and tech ed and post-secondary readiness. So Danny Windsor, Assistant Superintendent, myself. We have a post-secondary readiness team that works with the Legacy campus staff and all of our high schools around specific things. For instance, concurrent enrollment, we have a person, Matt Chambliss, who's responsible for that. Work-based learning, career and tech ed specialist, ascent specialist. Their entire job is devoted to making sure that we're meeting what we need to meet from a state perspective, and we're also providing great opportunities for students. And then, of course, Rex and Katie are at the bottom there with the Legacy campus for contact information. With that, that's all that I have. Amy, are there questions that are coming in?
Yes, there are. We've got a few questions here. Let's see. Does Douglas County School District have any agricultural education, or is there talks of that,
Yes.
and possible FFA chapters?
We absolutely have that. We've had a long-standing program at Douglas County High School. It's a very popular program. Exists at Douglas County High School, yes. FFA chapter, all the things that go along with the different pathways in there, natural resources, animals, all that. Yes.
Okay, Douglas County High School. Okay, another question. When it comes to a parent career within the Legacy campus area of education, for example, they use data networking, are parents invited to be mentors?
Absolutely. We would love to talk with people that want to provide opportunities for students and connect with students about what real world looks like. Rex, did you want to add to that?
Only to say that we are looking for all of that relevant involvement that we can garner. We have an industry advisory board attached to every one of our 9 pathways, and so we're looking for that level of expertise to come on board. And we have just a couple of meetings a year where we ask the question very specifically, is the education we're providing relevant in current industry? And so our job in those meetings is to really listen to these advisors, to these consultants, to say, here's what is the cutting edge of local industry. Here are the certificates that matter most to employers. And so we certainly would invite that involvement from our parents, from local industry, and they just need to send a note either to directly to the pathway developer involved, or you could reach out to either Katie or I, and we would connect you with those individuals.
And I would say that goes for virtually all of our programs that we have. Any and all career and tech ed programs have advisory councils. They have opportunities for work-based learning, mentorships. If somebody wants to get connected, we'll find a way to get them plugged in.
Perfect. Thank you. Just 2 more. This person says, I'm on an agriculture education advisory committee, and we search for and write applications for grants to fund the education programs. Are you doing the same? And if so, are there any examples?
Absolutely would love to talk to this person about what they're doing and how we could possibly replicate some of that. We don't necessarily we haven't done grants specific to agriculture that I'm aware of. But I'm sure that our teacher would be very interested in how they could access additional programming dollars.
Perfect. Thank you. And then lastly, should the bond pass in November, how quickly would new pathways be added to the legacy suite?
Fantastic. So very quickly in construction terms. So we would go through, we would start as soon as January in finalizing those plans and start construction in June of 25 to open programs in August of 26. So we would be, should we pass in November, we'd be about a year and a half from programs opening the doors and cutting ribbons on new programs.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, I am going to jump back over here and share my screen, hopefully. Might take a minute. I just wanted to take a minute real quickly and remind everybody that this is in fact being recorded. Let's see here.
I have one more thing too, Amy.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I wanted to invite everybody that's on the call tomorrow night at the Legacy campus. We're doing an expo, and it's CTE Expo, and really what it's like is a turbo science fair for all of the programming that we have across the district, and we'll break it down by pathway. And so there'll be representatives from each school in each program that will be here, students actually, to talk about their experiences and what could be expected if your students interested in virtually any pathway we have, from automotive to welding to aviation to drone science to, I mean, you name it. If we have it, there's going to be a representative here to be able to talk with you about how they were prepared to come into it as a high schooler and what they're getting out of the program right now. And we really brought the stars of the show. It's not going to be adults talking to adults, but it's going to be students from the schools that are engaged in the program right now. Was really one of the outcomes that we wanted to have, was that connection. So we'd invite everybody tomorrow night, 6:30 to 8:30, Legacy Campus.
Yes, perfect. That is what I was trying to share. I don't know if you guys can see my screen now. I've got have that up. You can visit legacycampus.org. Can you guys see that okay?
I can't. I can see you.
You can see, oh, well,
I can't see the screen.
what a treat for you. Okay,
Thank you.
let's see here. Oh, goodness. Well, I don't know why technology is not my friend at this hour of the evening, but let's try to figure that out here real quick. Anyway, okay, you can go to legacycampus.org if you would like to learn more about that. It is tomorrow night,
Yep.
6:30 to 8:30 at the Legacy campus, and you can register or you can just attend. And then lastly, I wanted to encourage everybody, please save the date for our next Parent University. It is Wednesday, November 20th. The topic is bullying awareness and prevention in Douglas County School District, so it will be available via Zoom as well. And we'll have info on that going out next week. But again, just a huge thank you to Dan, to Kelly, to Rex for sharing all of the wonderful work happening at the Legacy campus. I know Rex had mentioned it in his presentation, but you can sign up via the Legacy campus website for a tour as a community member, as a parent, as a prospective, if you have a prospective student there. It's just incredible to walk through and see some of the things that are happening there at Legacy. So thank you all for your time tonight. Really appreciate you sharing your passion. Thank you to everybody who attended tonight. And again, this is being recorded and we'll share that out on our Parent University page later in the week. And then a final thank you to our sponsor, HCA Health One Skyridge Medical Center, for sponsoring Parent University. And with that, we'll call it a night, and thank you guys again for joining.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. We appreciate it.
Bye-bye.